From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with a short-term forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, June 16th. Well, Father's Day turned out cloudy, cool, damp, and dreary across northern Maryland, southeastern PA, and the lower Susquehanna Valley. Temperatures were stuck in the 60s all day. Fortunately, most of the day turned out dry, but there was some rain around during the mid to late evening hours. Unfortunately, the easterly flow that was responsible for those cloudy, cool, and damp conditions is still with us today. And as a result, as I take a look out the window, it's cloudy, breezy, just ugly out there by mid-June standards. There's some mist and drizzle and some areas of steady or light rain currently plaguing the lower Susquehanna Valley, and that's going to be the case for most of the day. Just a downright nasty day for the middle of June. Fortunately, we are going to see a warming trend during the middle of the week, and by Wednesday, we will be back to warm, humid, and more summer-like conditions. So without further ado, let me start by taking a look at our daily climatology. I'm expecting a high of only 66 degrees this afternoon at Millersville, and that's 15 degrees below the normal high of 81. However, this morning's low of 58 was average for this time of the year. Today's record high of 94 was set in 1991, with a record low of 38 set in 1927. Taking a look at the Skycam from the John Wright restaurant looking east across the Susquehanna River into Lancaster County, well, you see exactly what I was talking about in the intro. Cloudy skies. There's raindrops on the webcam, just low clouds, mist, fog, drizzle, really about as nasty of weather as possible as we can see in the middle of June. It really doesn't get any worse than this in this part of the nation. And taking a look at the visible satellite imagery, there are no breaks of sun anywhere across central and eastern PA. We won't see the sun at all today. I don't think we see any breaks of sun until tomorrow afternoon. So just hang in there for about another 24 hours as this weather's really nasty. But like I said, it will get better during the middle of the week, at least in terms of some sunshine and milder conditions. As we take a look at the radar, you see exactly what I've been talking about. There's really not a lot of heavy precipitation across the region, but with that easterly flow drawing in moisture off the Atlantic, we do have widespread mist and drizzle, and there are some pockets of steady or light rain and a few embedded heavier showers there, but really none of this rain is particularly heavy. It's just more of a nuisance than anything. Now, as far as in terms of the roadways, there are going to be some areas of standing water, especially in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Roads are wet, visibility is low, so just take it easy on the roadways, travel within the speed limit, and increase following distance throughout the rest of the day. As we take a look at the European model for 8 p.m. this evening, I do think things dry out a little bit more by the mid to late afternoon hours. The easterly flow is going to relax a little bit later this afternoon into tonight, so that should allow some of this mist and drizzle to subside as we go throughout the second half of the day. However, there are a series of disturbances that are going to be streaming northeastward from the lower Ohio and Tennessee River valleys during the middle of the week. The first of those disturbances is going to reach the Commonwealth tomorrow. We still are going to be dealing with some southeasterly flow, so I don't think the atmosphere is going to be very unstable tomorrow. So I really don't expect any rumbles of thunder, especially in areas east of I-83 and Route 11. Farther west, there could be some more breaks of sun. Temperatures could be a little bit higher, so there could be some thunderstorms in those locations. But east of I-83, I don't really foresee much activity, at least in terms of thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. However, that's going to be a different story on Wednesday. Winds are going to turn southwesterly Tuesday night into Wednesday. As a result, skies should turn partly sunny on Wednesday, but with that heat and humidity around, there is going to be a better chance of showers and heavy drenching thunderstorms in spots on Wednesday. None of this stuff is going to be severe, but some of these storms are going to be slow moving and produce locally heavy downpours, and that's not exactly what we need, especially given the excessive amounts of rainfall we've seen over the course of the last month and a half. But the good news about Wednesday is there is going to be some sunshine in between those showers and storms. Temperatures are going to be back in the mid to upper 80s, so it's going to go from being very cool today to being very hot and humid by Wednesday afternoon. Dew points are going to be in the upper 60s to low 70s. As a result, heat indices will probably creep into the low 90s Wednesday afternoon, so make sure to stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. As we take a look at the short-term forecast, tonight cloudy and muggy with areas of mist and drizzle, low 62. Mostly cloudy, humid, and not as cool on Tuesday with an isolated shower or two, high 76. Clouds and sun, warmer and humid on Wednesday with scattered showers and thunderstorms, high 86. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the short-term forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, stay dry through the middle of the week.